Shalom, Yeshabala. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, V'cha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to those the Akim that's preached the word in all truth and sincerity, along with your Israelite foreigner brothers that are like the heathens. But the line of outside goes back to the nation of Israel, which the nation of Israel, a so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, through the prophecies and curses of Deuteronomy 28 chapter and throughout the Bible. So this should be your call or mouth for the lesson. And today's lesson will be entitled An Example of a Standard Being Lifted. You know, that's going to go into account. And, once again, Lord willing, you brothers and you sisters out there be edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, you know. And I'm going to start off with the book of Isaiah, chapter 59, and verse 19. It says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When an enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him. And that's right, you know, and we know that standard will be that spiritual power, man. You know, when an enemy come in like a flood, when Esau come in with that flood, man, by way of his martial law troops and the UN troops and stuff, man, Jacob trouble very soon. You know, because the devil's going to come down with great wrath, according to Revelation 12 and 12. You know, now let's look at that word standard. You know, from the Hebrew word nawas, which means to flee, escape. It says depart, to take flight, disappear. It says to drive at, to cause disappear, hide, you know. So that will be, you know, to disappear and depart, to take flight. That will be spiritual power, man. You know, but I want to apply this standard, you know, during the time of Elijah. You know, when you read First, Second Kings, the first chapter, you know, and start the ninth verse. Now this is when the Northern Kingdom king Ahaziah, um, as I said in verse 2, it says, I start verse 1, it says, then Moab rebelled against Israel after the death of Ahab, and Ahaziah fell down through a lattice in his upper chamber that was in Samaria and was sick. And he sent messengers and said to them, go inquire of Beelzebub, the god of Ekron, whether I shall recover of this disease. Right, so this king, Ahaziah, the Northern Kingdom king, he was um, committing idol worship. You know, he was worshiping other gods, man. He wasn't worshiping Yahweh Shemel Shai, you know. And the Lord, I'm not going to read it all, but brothers can read it on their own, but I don't want to make this lesson too long because I'm at the plantation. But when you read verse 4, it says, um, I'll just read verse 3. It says, but the angel of the Lord Yahweh said to Elijah the Tishbite, arise, go up to meet the messengers of the king of Samaria, and saying to them, is it not because there is not a God in Israel that ye go to inquire of Beelzebub, the god of Ekron? Now therefore thus saith Yahweh, thou shalt not come down from thy bed on which thou art gone up, but shalt surely die. And Elijah departed. So the Lord told Elijah to basically tell the messengers of the king Ahaziah that he gonna die, man, because he was worshiping Beelzebub, which was a god of Philistines, the Philistine deity. You know, he wasn't worshiping Yahweh Shemel Shai. You know, now for the result of that, the king has sent, um, as it says in verse 9, it says, then the king sent unto him a captain of 50 with his 50. And he went up to him, and behold, he sat on top of an hill, which is talking about Elijah. And he spake unto him, thou man of God, the king hath said, come down. And Elijah answered and said to the captain of 50, if I be a man of God, then let fire come down from heaven and consume thee and thy 50. And there came down fire from heaven and consumed him and his 50, man. So this is an example of a standard being lifted for Elijah. Which Elijah, he was a great prophet, man. You know, and that standard was that spiritual power that the Lord caused a fire to come down to heaven to consume that captain and his 50. You know. Now let's keep going. It says, verse 11. It says, again, also he sent unto him another captain of 50 with his 50. And he answered and said unto him, O man of God, thus have the king have said, come down quickly. And Elijah answered and said unto them, and imagine, this, remember, these the captain and his 50 army, they not speaking nice words to Elijah, man. You can only imagine they was probably yelling at him, you know, coming with authority, you see, because of what Elijah told Ahaziah through the Spirit of the Lord, man. That he was going to die on his bed. It says, verse 12, it says, and Elijah, verse 11 again, it says, again, also he sent unto him another captain of 50 with his 50. And he answered and said unto him, O man of God, thus have the king said, come down quickly. And Elijah answered and said unto them, if I be a man of God, let fire come down from heaven and consume 3 and night 50. And the fire of Yahweh came down from heaven and consumed him and his 50. So this was the second time, man. A second time of the standard being lifted for the man and Lord, man. And the same thing is going to happen when Esau, Edom come down with great wrath. The Lord going to put the spirit, it's going to give some of the elect men of Israel spiritual power to defend themselves against this devil, man. It's going to be divine intervention. You see? Now let's keep reading. It says, and he sent again a captain of the third 50 with his 50, and the third captain of 50 went up and came and fell on his knees before Elijah and besought him and said unto him, O man of God, I pray thee, let my life and the life of these 50 thy servants be precious in thy sight, man. So this was the third host of the captain, the third time that the king sent captain in his 50, man. And this captain, he came humble because he understood what happened to the other two captains in their 50. They got destroyed. They got consumed by that fire, man. You see? It says, so it's going to be an important time, man, when Esau, he going to be afraid. Because right now, Esau, he's the predator, and we're the prey. But very soon, the Lord is going to put the spirit on his elect with that to give some of the elect that spiritual power. And then the elect is going to be the prey. The elect is going to be the predator, and Esau and his troops and these heathens are going to be the prey, and rightfully so, man, because Esau has been terrorizing us, as nation for years, man, and the Lord's going to do that very soon, man, when the Lord give his elect men that power, So that was an example. Brothers can read the rest, but that was an example of a standard being lifted for a man and Lord, man. And the Lord, and what did the Lord say? He's gonna show new marvels in the earth. It's Exodus 34 and verse 10. It says, and he said, behold, I make a covenant before all thy people. I will do marvels, such as have not been done in all the earth, nor in any nation. And all the people among which thou art shall see the work of the Lord Yahweh, for it is a terrible thing that I will do with thee, man. The Lord did this back then, but the Lord's going to do it again. He's going to show new plagues in a new Egypt, which is America. To the point when people are going to acknowledge that as Yahweh Shemel Shai, the God of the Bible, man, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Not Jesus Christ, not their gods that they worship. No, they're going to know it's Yahweh Shemel Shai, man, the mighty and terrible power. And I can't wait for that, man. For the whole world to acknowledge our power again, man, to know that there is only one God. So Yeah, I just want to make a quick lesson on that. Lord willing, I was edified. And so with that, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to those of the Akim that's preach the word in all truth and sincerity. Shalom, Akim.